Welcome back to the channel Liberty Old Coin, where hidden treasures and fascinating stories come together to reveal the true power of everyday discoveries. Today's journey is not just about an object, but about the excitement of uncovering something that could transform the ordinary into something extraordinary. First up, imagine holding a single coin in your hand that carries decades of history, craftsmanship, and potential value. This is exactly what we're diving into today. A single 1969 Australia 50-cent Elizabeth II coin, a piece that has captured the attention of collectors across the world. This coin was minted in 1969 as part of Australia's decimal currency system, which had only recently been introduced in 1966. The country was transitioning from pounds, shillings, and pence to a modern decimal system, and coins like this one became symbols of a new financial era. The design of this coin reflects national pride and identity. On one side, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, representing Australia's connection to the Commonwealth. On the other side, the iconic Australian coat of arms stands strong, featuring the kangaroo and emu, symbols of progress and resilience. Now here, where things get exciting. The 1969 50-cent coin wasn't just another everyday coin. It was minted in large numbers, but over time, only a fraction of those coins have survived in high-quality condition. That's where the real value begins to grow. Collectors around the world are constantly searching for coins from this era, especially those that remain in brilliant, uncirculated, or near-perfect condition. The fewer flawless coins that exist, the higher the demand becomes. And demand is everything in the world of rare coins. When collectors compete for the best examples, prices can climb dramatically. A single well-preserved 1969 50-cent coin can stand out in auctions and private sales, attracting serious buyers. This coin was made using cupronickel, giving it durability and a distinctive silver tone. Over decades, many of these coins were used in everyday transactions, meaning untouched examples are becoming harder to find. Now imagine discovering one of these coins in your collection or even in old stored currency. That moment alone could be the beginning of something valuable, because collectors are always ready to pay for rarity and condition. In top condition, this coin has been known to reach impressive prices. While many circulated coins may carry modest value, high-grade or near-perfect examples can reach up to $500 or even more in premium markets. But here's the real motivation: rare variations, exceptional preservation, or coins graded by professional services can push the value even higher, sometimes approaching $1,000 depending on demand and quality. What makes this coin truly powerful is its combination of history and scarcity. It represents a turning point in Australian currency, and that historical importance adds emotional and collectible value. Collectors don't just buy coins, they invest in stories. And the 1969 50-cent coin tells a story of change, national identity, and the early days of a modern financial system. If you already own this coin, holding onto it could be a smart move. As time goes on, coins from this era continue to gain attention, and fewer high-quality examples remain in circulation. If you're planning to sell, timing and presentation matter. A clean, well-preserved coin presented to the right buyer can unlock its maximum potential price. And if you're a collector, this coin is a must-have piece that connects the past to the present. It's not just metal, it's a legacy you can hold in your hand. So next time you come across a 1969 Australia 50-cent coin, don't overlook it. That single coin could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Because sometimes, the smallest discoveries carry the biggest rewards, and this coin is proof that hidden value is always waiting to be found. Next coin, the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. This is not just a piece of spare change. It is a powerful piece of Australian history that is vastly underappreciated by the general public. When you hold this coin, you are holding a tangible piece of the early decimal currency system that revolutionized Australia's economy in the 1960s. The coin is made of a durable copper-nickel composition, specifically 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives it a distinctive weight and feel that is different from modern coins. It weighs a substantial 15.55 grams and measures 31.5 millimeters in diameter, making it one of the largest and heaviest coins in regular circulation anywhere in the world. The reason for this size and shape is fascinating. When Australia switched from pounds, shillings, and pence to the decimal dollar system on February 14, 1966, the original 50-cent coin was round and made of 80% silver. However, that original silver coin was worth more as scrap metal than its face value, so it was quickly withdrawn and melted down. The government had to act fast, and in 1969, they introduced the new design we see today, a large 12-sided copper-nickel coin that would be too difficult to counterfeit and would have a metal value safely below its face value. The 1971 edition carries the classic and elegant effigy of a young Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the renowned sculptor Arnold Machen. This particular portrait, known as the second portrait, features the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a beautiful diamond tiara that was a wedding gift from her grandmother, Queen Mary, in 1947. The reverse of the coin is equally impressive, featuring the majestic Australian coat of arms designed by the famous artist Stuart Devlin, whose tiny initials SD are hidden in the design. The coat of arms shows a shield divided into 6 parts, each representing the badge of an Australian state, supported by a kangaroo and an emu, with a Federation star above it, all set against a background of stylized wattle leaves. This is the coin that has been in circulation for over half a century, and its design is so timeless that it has barely changed to this day. Now, let me tell you why this coin is valuable right now. Most people think that a circulated 1971 50-cent coin is only worth its face value, but that is completely false. Even in average circulated condition, the demand for these coins is steady, and you can typically sell them for a premium over their face value. Collectors are always looking for these coins to fill the gaps in their collections, and the fact that they have been out for over 50 years means that pristine examples are getting harder to find. The current market value for a coin in extremely fine condition is generally between $5 and $15, which is an immediate 10 to 30 times return on your investment if you find it in your pocket change. The value skyrockets when you get into uncirculated condition. A coin graded mint state 60 or MS 60 can be worth $20 or more, while a top-tier gem quality coin graded MS 66 can reach prices of $75 or even higher. This is a massive increase from its original 50-cent face value, and it proves that this coin is a solid store of value. However, the real money is made by looking for the rare error coins and the proof coins that were struck for collectors. In 1971, the Royal Australian Mint produced only 10,000 proof versions of this coin. These proof coins are struck on specially polished planchets with highly polished dies, resulting in a mirror-like background with a frosted, cameo-like image of the Queen. A proof coin graded PR69 Deep Cameo, or PR69 DCAM, is an absolute masterpiece of minting, and these coins are incredibly scarce. While they rarely come up for sale, the potential value for such a perfect example could easily reach several $100s or more, making them a phenomenal find. Beyond the proof coins, you absolutely must check for minting errors. Because of the massive mintage of over 21 million coins, a number of errors slipped past quality control. One of the most common errors is the clipped planchet, where a piece of the metal sheet is missing before the coin is struck, resulting in a coin that is missing a crescent-shaped chunk. These clipped planchet errors can sell for between $100 and $250, depending on how dramatic the clip is. Even more exciting are the off-center strikes. If the metal blank was not aligned properly in the press, the design will be shifted toward one edge. A major off-center strike where part of the design is missing can sell for over $200. The ultimate error is the wrong planchet error. There are rare instances where a 1971 50-cent die struck a coin blank intended for a different denomination, like a 20-cent piece. These coins are extraordinarily rare, and they have been known to sell for thousands of dollars at major auction houses. There is also the legendary strike-through error, where a piece of foreign material, like grease or even a piece of cloth, got stuck on the die and prevented the metal from flowing properly. This creates a coin where the letters or details are completely missing, and these unique error coins are one-of-a-kind treasures that can command a high price from specialist collectors. Now, let me tell you about the maximum possible value for this coin. If you had a coin that combined multiple factors, it would be worth a fortune. Imagine a 1971 50-cent coin that was a proof coin, graded at the absolute perfect level of PR70 deep cameo. This is a coin that is perfect even under magnification, with no visible flaws, and it has the deepest possible contrast between the frosted devices and the mirrored fields. That coin, if it exists, would be worth over $1,000 without question, maybe even $2,000. Now, if that same proof coin also had a dramatic mint error, like being struck on a wrong planchet or having a major off-center strike, you would be looking at a price tag that could easily exceed $5,000. In fact, some of the rarest error coins from this era have been estimated to be worth up to $2,800 or more in recent auctions. The absolute ceiling for a freakishly perfect, one-of-a-kind 1971 50-cent coin could be as high as $10,000 or even more in a bidding war between two determined collectors. That is the kind of life-changing money that can be found hiding in an old coin jar or a dusty collection. Looking to the future, this coin is only going to become more valuable. We have already passed the 50-year mark for this coin, and as time goes on, the surviving population of high-grade coins will continue to dwindle. Coins get lost, melted down, or damaged through improper storage. The supply of gem-quality 1971 50-cent coins is decreasing every single year, while the number of collectors entering the hobby remains steady. This imbalance between supply and demand is a classic recipe for price appreciation. Furthermore, the 1971 coin marks a very specific era of Australian history. It was minted during the peak of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, an era that is now firmly in the past. As more time passes, the historical significance of holding a coin with her young effigy will only grow, adding a numismatic premium that goes beyond the metal content. Unlike paper money, which can be printed endlessly, these coins have a fixed mintage that will never increase. The 21 million coins minted in 1971 is all that will ever exist, and the number in collectible condition is a tiny fraction of that. This scarcity is the engine that will drive future price growth. I want you to take a moment to understand the incredible value proposition of this coin. For an initial investment of just 50 cents, you have the potential to realize returns of 100 times, 500 times, or even 10,000 times your original money. There is no other legal investment in the world that offers that kind of asymmetric risk to reward ratio. This is not a stock that can crash or a property that can be repossessed. This is a physical asset of historical importance that has intrinsic value as a coin and as a work of art. Every single 1971 50-cent coin in your possession today is a sleeping giant, just waiting for the right collector to wake it up and realize its true potential. So what should you do right now? You need to check every 1971 50-cent coin that you have or that you can find. Look at the condition under a bright light. Is it shiny and free of scratches and wear? If yes, put it in a protective holder immediately. Look for those tiny error markers. Is the design perfectly centered or is it shifted? Are there any missing letters on the Queen's legend? Does the coin have that deep mirror-like finish that suggests it might be a proof coin? Every single one of these questions could lead you to a coin worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Do not spend these coins. Do not give them away. Do not let them sit in a drawer to be forgotten. The 1971 Australian 50-cent coin is a silent treasure of the decimal era, and the time to acquire it is now, before the rest of the world wakes up to its true value. The future is bright for this coin, and its maximum value has not yet been reached. Be the smart collector who sees the potential that others are missing. Hold on to your 1971 50-cent pieces, protect them, and watch as their value climbs year after year. This is your opportunity to own a piece of history that pays you back in more ways than one. Second coin, Australia 50-cent Elizabeth II coin 1975, is a powerful piece of history that represents a single coin from a time when Australia was shaping its modern identity through decimal currency. And this exact coin was officially minted in 1975 as part of everyday circulation across the nation. This coin was created after Australia moved to the decimal system in 1966, and by 1975, the Royal Australian Mint was producing millions of these coins to support a growing economy and modern financial system. It wasn't just money, it was a symbol of stability and national progress. The design of this single coin carries strong meaning. On one side, Queen Elizabeth II's portrait represents continuity and royal heritage, while the reverse features the Australian coat of arms, showcasing strength, unity, and forward movement. Now here, where the story becomes exciting. Even though this coin had a mintage of over 19 million pieces, not all coins survived in collectible condition, and that's exactly what drives collector demand today. Coinsindustrialia.com. Across the world, thousands of coin collectors are actively searching for coins like this every single day. Online marketplaces, auctions, and collector groups constantly show interest in Australian decimal coins, especially those from the 1970s era. The reason so many people want to buy this coin is simple. History plus condition equals demand. When a coin connects to a significant era and still exists in high-grade condition, collectors are willing to compete for it. Right now, the current value of this coin depends heavily on its condition, but strong examples are already showing impressive numbers in the collector market. Uncirculated coins can reach around $25 to $50, and proof-quality versions can rise up to $150. Old coin online. But that's only the beginning of its potential. When you step into the world of rare coins, you realize that special cases, like error coins or exceptionally preserved pieces, can push values far beyond normal expectations. Some error versions of this coin have reached between $50 and $500 depending on rarity. Old coin online. Now imagine holding a version that is perfectly preserved or contains a rare minting flaw. That's where the real excitement begins, because collectors are always chasing uniqueness. In top-tier mint state grades, auction records show that this coin can reach up to around $85 or more, and in premium collector circles, exceptional examples can push toward $200 or higher when demand peaks. Coinsindustrialia.com. And here's the powerful truth. Coins like this don't stay at the same value forever. As time passes, more coins are lost, damaged, or removed from circulation, which means fewer high-quality examples remain available. That naturally increases scarcity and pushes prices higher. This coin was built using a copper-nickel composition, making it durable enough to survive decades, but not every coin escaped wear and tear. That's why collectors place such high importance on clean, sharp details. The historical importance of 1975 also adds to its appeal. This was a period of political and economic change in Australia, and coins from this time are seen as part of that larger national story. Collectors don't just see a coin, they see a moment frozen in time. If you own this coin today, you are holding a single collectible asset that continues to gain attention. The number of buyers is growing as more people enter the hobby and search for vintage coins. If you are thinking about selling, positioning your coin correctly can unlock its full value. A well-presented coin, especially one in high grade, can attract serious offers. If you are thinking about keeping it, that decision could become even more rewarding over time as collector demand continues to rise. Because coins like the Australia 50-cent Elizabeth II 1975 are not just currency, they are long-term collectibles with growing interest and strong market potential. And the most exciting part is this: what looks like a simple coin today could turn into a high-value collectible tomorrow, especially if it's preserved in the best possible condition. So if you have this single 1975 coin, don't ignore it. Take a closer look, protect it, and understand that you might already be holding something far more valuable than you ever expected.